Over the past couple of days, I was done watching all these grenade builds just rehash the same old tired formula. No nuance, just slap all the points into green. Zug zug, if it says damage, I take. Nah, no thanks. So I built my Rafa like a Mage tactician, zoning enemies, chaining explosion, controlling tempo with an actual gameplay loop. It's not about spamming, it's all about synergy. What's good everyone, it's Verti, and once we go through this, you'll see why you don't just pick a random build and pray for explosions. But as always, if you trust me like your long lost brother from another mother, here's the full build on screen. Now do drop a sub and a like so that the algorithm knows that just because you got what you came for early, that doesn't mean the video was not worth your time. And for all my other hungry knowledge beautiful individuals, let's get into it. So ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about the talents as always, but before I walk you through all my picks, I'm gonna let you know a little secret why I'm not taking the same old route that every other content creator decided to hop on. Am I just trying to be edgy, or do I have something that is different? Now look, stick around because by the end I think we might just become best of buds. So look, all the other builds are revolving around Hammerlition, in the zone and to the left. But this is not the promised land, it's not the key to the kingdom. Hammerlition will just get you killed. It's maximum 3 to 4 grenades that you can throw, which is peanuts. What you want to do is you want to shrink that ordnance cooldown as much as possible so that you can always chain it together with one another. And to the last, you cannot sustainably keep yourself on low health because then you'll just kill yourself. So this is useless points. Most of the time, you barely get anything out of it. Then in the zone is, we don't want to freeze our overdrive. We want to be able to get back into overdrive, so we're working towards that. Now, there are a couple of very good damaging options that we're not taking, and we're only not taking it because it mathematically does not make any sense. One is El Paraguas, which is shock damage or splash damage, and that is good, that is strong, but it's only 40%. Two is Shock Market, which is the shock damage from that one with the splash damage. That is situational, and that is shock damage itself, which can get resisted by the different armor types and all the kind of things. Good, but niche. And the third one is El Diablito. That is fire. The problem with this is that this locks you into a specific type of grenade, which is incendiary. And the grenades are not the key to the build. Those are only a means to an end. We'll talk about it in the gearing. You're gonna get blown away. So hold on a second. Now, what we're gonna take is, we are gonna take Handshake Deal. Gun damage is good. We get half of that in spec. We're gonna take El Corazon because the 70% extra bonus shield is very strong. And we're gonna take Heart Cell because every single time we break our shield or an enemy breaks our shield, we get 50% of it back, and we can reset this with using the action skill. What we are gonna take is this one. I don't know how to pronounce it, so I'm not even gonna try. We need ordnance cooldown as much as possible, so that one is good. And Synergia is insane. This is a must pick. 120% gun damage with 10 stacks. Half of that we get into ordnance as well. That one is sleeper. So this is all the points that we're gonna take in this tree, and we're gonna move over to the blue one. Now, the first row, irrelevant. I'll take the Thrill, you can take whatever you want, I don't care. Then we're gonna take Ariba, and we're gonna take Abajo. Ariba is gonna get us every single time we kill someone, it's ordnance cooldown increase, and Abajo is every single time we chuck a nade, it's action skill cooldown increase. So that's how we're gonna get back into our action skill quick to reset Hard Cell. Then we're gonna take Drone Defense because, well, El Soldado is shit, so we're gonna take Drone Defense. But bear in mind, Drone Defense at the moment is bugged. It is known, it's documented, it should be getting fixed. What might happen is that the drones are just gonna keep on hovering around you and don't take any damage, and that they don't explode. The way that I find the workaround it, or I have found the workaround that works for me, is that if I respec, then they get fixed for a while and then they get broken again. It is what it is. Luckily, in UVHM5, you don't need them, so right now it doesn't matter. What you do need though, the absolute key to making this build come online, is the right tools. This is gonna give you 250% ordnance damage if you reload 5 times. I know what you're thinking, that's a lot of reloads, but hold on a second, we're gonna get to gearing and you'll see what happens. Now, what we're also gonna take is Drone Assault, purely because that's a little bit of an extra damage and it's 1 point. You can put it anywhere, it doesn't matter. I put it into Drone Assault, it's all fine. Now, small commercial break. I spoke to ChatGPT. and it told me that I need to link my videos together by you guys. So I'm supposed to put a card up here or here. I think it's here or over that side. That gets you linking or gets you clicking on my worst performing video, the Inside Kairos series episode 1. And because you do this, YouTube algorithm is going to love me and I'm going to become cooler than sliced bread. ChatGPT is going to be happy if it finally becomes sentient. I think I'm going to become a commander of the human army. Hey! But let's get into the gearing. So, here's the secret to the sauce. It's chuck. Chuck is the key to this entire build. It's the one that brings it all together. When you throw the gun, that counts as a reload. You can throw it 5 times. Each throw is less than a second. So in under 4 or 5 seconds, you're going to be at 250% extra ordnance damage, and then you chuck your nade. This is it. This is why this build is working so well. Now let's run through the other gear so that you know what you can take. Repkit. An order with Go-Go Gadget is preferred. Go-Go Gadget is a must-have in my opinion because that one is going to get you the sustainability that you don't need Hamilitions. The order kit with the 2 or the large or the triple bypass with the 3 is just good because you can chain these cooldowns together much easier, right? So that you can always have a constant, but you get what you get. Do try to farm a Go-Go Gadget one. That one is going to be very, very, very beneficial. Then for class mod, Grenadier, I mean, this is an extra nade, so it's an extra 100% damage. It doesn't matter what you have in your bank, that gives you 40-50%. It's just not better. Simple as that. Then for the shield, anything goes. I have Siphon at the moment because that one gives me a flat overshield every single time I damage, and I damage a lot with nades, right? If you find, or if I find a turtle with like 60-70k, you know, the ones that been circling around Reddit, that one is going to be bis because that one is just going to be over 100k of shield. Then for the enhancement, anything goes. You want to get gun damage though, because that one is the only thing that's actually going to scale you into the right direction. Everything else is going to be useless. So, for the nade. The nades are irrelevant. They're just a means to an end. What I will say though is, a lot of nades are the nicest to use because they are the easiest to control and has the least variance to them. They explode wherever you throw them and they impact. Simple as that. If I have my wishes and my goal is to get a cryo version of this collateral or blockbuster because that will cover everything into freezing cryo, and the only time when it gets complicated is when enemies get out of your nades because they're quickened. If they're frozen, they're fucked. Simple as that. For the firmware, you all want to get Gadget Ahoy. This is stacking multiplicative buffs that is going to be very, very strong. It is the best for this. Then you want to get at least 1 point in ordnance damage. Now after that, whether you take airstrike, which is the same splash reduce as 2 points in get throw in, doesn't matter. You can take anything. You can take extra shield, you can take damage reduction, you can take health, you can take cooldown, you can take whatever you want. It doesn't matter. I left it purposefully free because that is a flex slot. And because the grenades you're going to be switching around anyway, it's much better to use a shock grenade on a shield than to try to brute force a mediocre fire one. Simple as that. You're going to get the multiplier. So keep that in mind. Now, 1 minute for the specializations, and then I'll let you guys go. So for the specialization, obviously it is a gadgeteer build. There are 3 slots that are mandatory in my mind. 1 is the best defense, because that one is going to give you 30% damage whenever your shield or whenever your health is max capacity. You're always going to open the fight on max health or max shield, right? Simple as that. Then 2 is the full spectrum, because that one gives you the key to get gun damage benefiting ordnance damage. This one is a not negotiable, it's a must. Then the 3rd one is fragmentation payload, because critting with the grenade is gonna give it double the damage. That is just good value. It's almost a must-have. Now, right now, there is 1 flex slot in my mind. It's Tripwire. We can get an extra ordnance gear cooldown, but this is the flat cooldown, right? So as soon as you get it, you get 25% back. It's not increased cooldown rate. It's a bam, 25% when you stab yourself. It's okay. I don't like it that much. So what I'm aiming to go for is actually 1 shot, 1 kill, because that one would be interesting to double the damage on my TD or chuck when I throw it. So I'm going to try one shot, one kill out, but until then, it's a filler for this one. You can take Tripwire if you want to get that extra little cooldown whenever you need it, or you can take some survivability if you happen to struggle a little bit more. So if you end up going down a lot, take something that helps with your fight for your life. If you just want some raw reduction because you haven't found a good shield yet, you can take the Bullet Scared of Me. This is perfectly fine. Take whatever fits your style. However, fragmentation, full spectrum, and the best defense are kind of mandatory. And that's my Battlefield Mage, Rafa Grenade Spec a la Verti, with actual brains behind the explosions. If this helped you reading the green 3 spam meta, hit that like button so I know to keep on diving into these off-meta builds like this. Subscribe if you want more Borderlands for madness. I drop new build videos every week, 3 times per week actually. And trust me, the next one is gonna get even dumber. I mean, I'm making them, right? As always, stay safe, keep farming, and may your grenades never bounce back at you. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.